Bourbonbarkeep. My name's Curtis. This is a bottle, a distiller, if you will, that's kind of on the last leg with me, to where I'm like, between the lack of transparency, the extremely high price tag, is the juice still worth the squeeze? I don't know. But the green, the copper, it had me sold. I was intrigued by the first release of their barrel strength rye, and I pulled the trigger. Will I regret it? Let's find out together. Brown-Forman's Woodford Reserve. They put out their barrel strength rye. Pretty sure. Some people come up with like the fancy names, like Rickhouse proof. Looking at you, Holiday. But is this still barrel strength? Barrel strength. Good for you guys. Barrel strength bourbon 7 years ago. Took them 7 years. Finally released the rye. I'm like, you know what? Let's do that. I really enjoy the Old Forester barrel strength rye, also by Brown-Forman. So I'm like, maybe we can find something else, even more expensive. But these do seem to sit on shelves, so maybe you'll have better luck finding this guy. This is going to be non-age stated, 700 milliliters. Just why? Just nothing grinds my gear more than 700 milliliters. I'm not going to lie to you. Coming in at $130. So let's taste it and see. $130, non-age stated. Sign me up. Poured up. Let's see. I don't know. You know those times where you're like, was that worth it? Did you need it? This is exactly that time. The other bourbons, I enjoyed it. Not the price. It was just too expensive. I said, don't do that again. And I didn't. Technically, because this is the rye. It's the first one I had to know. And the copper rose gold got me. It got me. Cheers to you, marketer, down at Woodford Reserve. Let's get on the nose. It's good. It's rich. It's like walking through an evergreen tree farm. Or pine. I don't know. But my mind is going evergreen right now. That's really herbal. That's really herbal. If you watch this at all, not big herbal rye guy, so we're immediately panicking. Little root beer. There's a nice rich sweetness in there. I'm going to go root beer, but it is absolutely dominated by Christmas Tree Farm. And there is not a hot lady or woman, depending on your preference, in this Hallmark movie. You're just alone, wandering through the forest, and you're like, I didn't think the farm was this big. And you're lost. And you're looking at the sap, and you're like, is this what I'm going to have to survive on? It's not my preference, but I'm going to give you everything I got at this point. Still nice vanilla sweetness. I'm starting to get a little more root beer. Love when it goes root beer, cherry cola. Love those notes. Just, it's really behind the evergreen at this point, as I've stated at this point. Honey, it's still it's very herbal. A lot of rye spice, which if you are a rye guy and you're buying a rye whiskey, I completely understand why you would want this. I just pivot. I pivot from the herbal, but let's get on the palate. See, let's give it a fair shot, because we've had some zags in the past. Cheers. Okay. Like that. Dancing with you. I feel you. Got the rhythm a little bit. Better than the nose. Little bit more lemon. Nice, more of like a fresh baked caramel. That rye spice is still there. Root beer, a little bit there. It's like root beer and like an anise. Yep. Like your straw for the root beer is black licorice. And it's dissolving quicker than the root beer could get to your mouth. Has an absolute ton of flavor. Bomb of a barrel strength rye whiskey. Not the wheelhouse, but I'm going to state it 3 more times. I can assure you at this point. Overall, what's on the palate, a little bit better. How hot did we say this was? 125.1? I would say drinks a little under. A little light on the palate too. All right, let's revisit. I feel like I'm starting to get the rust off. I don't know what I'm rusty from, just a week of not doing this apparently. All right, the good. Root beer's there. That rye spice kind of brings you to like more of like a chili flake, like the chili pepper you put on the pizza. You've apparently just put that on your tongue. There's a nice spice to it. I can't really go cinnamon, but the bitterness with the rye spice brings me into like a nice dark chocolate. Leather, there is a little complexity. Leather, sometimes with ryes, I kind of go pleather. So, to each their own. One of the two. In this economy, pleather maybe is right up this guy's wheelhouse at this point. But that dark chocolate, kind of a plasticky leather. The cons. That tree farm that we were walking in, I stumbled on a root, just right into one. So a lot of earthiness still, a lot of pine on the finish. Mouthfeel, it's lacking. At $130, it's lacking. Let's be honest. I feel like I wasn't grading it hard enough, and then I remembered the 130, and I'm like, the experience is tough. 125 proof, it's good. It hits just right, not overpowering, a ton of flavor. The mouth feel, I just wish that there was a little more viscosity to it. Now, if you've watched this channel at all, I like to do a compare, whether it's something similar, previous version, whatever. This being out of Brown-Forman, I was like, well, let's do the Old Forester barrel strength. I mean, that's around. This one sits a little longer on shelves, but that Old Forester is cheaper, typically. So let's just do a quick compare. So Woodford, now that I have them side by side, they were like, hey, we're just going to go darker shades of everything that Old Forester did and do that. Okay. Feels like plagiarism at this point, but they are different colors, so it's the name of the game. Not going to spotlight Old Forester. These, I don't know how much they vary bottle to bottle, but I don't know. In the comments, you can let me know. We'll see. This one, I think, 90, 100 bucks. A little more rye in this one, in the Old Forester. Keep pointing. I don't know why. A little more rye in the mash bill. I think like 10, 11% more rye. I seem to go this way. I don't know. Let's see if I have a new favorite, even though my Hallmark movie isn't panning out at this point. We're just like Tom Hanks on Castaway. So the caramel, there is like a confectionery sugar. Like there's actually a ton, like overly sweet on the nose. Spending some time with it, that confectionery sugar is still there. I don't know. Nice little creme brulee, little orange in there, but good red fruit, good caramel. If you were to hand me blind, there's no way I'm telling you that this has more rye in the mash bill. I mean, I understand, like, whatever strain Woodford's trying to use, it's just more pronounced. But this one, obviously going a little more bourbon drinkers rye than the Evergreen Forest. Let's get this on the palate, speed this guy up. I've had better. This one, it is a little flat. But in terms of what's on the palate with the red fruit, more citrus, caramel, vanilla, sweet tea, this one I am still going to gravitate towards just out of personal preference. I don't, single barrel to single barrel, this one seems to be a little flatter, a little more one-dimensional than what I remember. I mean, we've had it on House Call Wednesday, Best Rye Barrel Strength, and it did extremely well. So maybe it needs to open up, maybe it's cold, I don't know, but either way, I'm going to pick the fruit and the caramel over that. It's fine. Let's go into senses. That will answer questions as well. So senses categories, we flash them up. How do we throw them into buckets? Yeah, some people are like, whoa, 63, that seems terrible. You're like, well, that's pleasurable. It's just a pleasurable pour. It's halfway memorable. I mean, there's been plenty of pleasurable dates I've been on to where I'm like, I remember it at least. So where are we sticking this guy? hopefully the tasting notes helped you decipher and wade your way through this evergreen forest back to your knight in shining armor. Your, what's a lady? I don't know. I don't LARP a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean ever. But we're just going to go with it. Get back to your knight in shining armor. I don't know. I'm going to go 65. I'm going to go 65. I think if you're a rye guy, you may be a little more pumped just in terms of senses, what's on the palate, taking no price into consideration. I think you would be maybe a little more pumped. So I'm trying to give a little more respect to what they're trying to do. Now at $130, that's not it. It's not it. I don't like the lack of transparency. I would say it about the bourbon stuff as well. It has to be at least 4 years old. They do the heat cycling thing at Brown-Forman to kind of speed up the aging process. And I get it. I mean, I would do the same thing, but I wouldn't be able to wait 12 years. If I could make it taste like 12 years and only do it 4 years and do the heat cycling thing, I get it. I'm just not going to pay $130 for it. So I'm going to go 40. In terms of personal preference on the palate, age, I don't feel like I got my money's worth, and I'm probably out. I don't know. They don't do it for me. But more the price than the taste. I mean, if you told me it was like $90 or these were the same at $90, maybe I'd bounce back and forth, but yeah. Oh well. Sometimes you take a shot in the dark and you miss it. Sometimes you go in the red when you're in the liquor store. The shiny thing. And you walk out and you're like, that was how much? That was this guy. So here we are. Like, subscribe. I probably lost every rye whiskey subscriber that I have accumulated at this point, which is probably 6, maybe. But here we are. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see what the next one has.